Vaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chev Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. So continuing with the discussion on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 18, Maharaj Prithu milks the earth planet. Text number 9, 10 onwards. Vatsam kalpaya me vira yenaham vatsala tava dokshe kshiramayan kaman anurupam cha dohanam dogdharam cha mahabaho bhutanam bhutabhavana annam ipsitam urjaswad bhagwan vanchate yadihi. So Mother Earth is telling Prithu Maharaj, O great hero, protector of living entities, if you desire to relieve the living entities by supplying them sufficient grain, and if you desire to nourish them by taking milk from me, you should make arrangements to bring a calf suitable for this purpose and a pot in which the milk can be kept, as well as milkmen to do the work. Since I'll be very much affectionate towards my calf, your desire to take milk from me will be fulfilled. These are nice instructions for milking a cow. A cow must first have a calf, so that out of affection for the calf, she will voluntarily give sufficient milk.
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी हमारे को टेक्स्ट 7 से चालू करना था टुडे.
टेक्स्ट कौन से चालू करना?
7th प्रभु जी अपना
आपका
Oh,
9th
really?
7th श्लोक प्रभु जी.
Okay, I'm sorry. So let's start with 7th chapter. 7th text. अपालिता न धृता च भवद्भिर्लोकपालक चोरीभूते अथ लोक्यहं यज्ञार्थे अग्रसमोषधि. My dear king, not only are grains and herbs being used by non-devotees, but as far as I am concerned, I am not being properly maintained. Indeed, I am being neglected by kings who are not punishing these rascals who have turned into thieves by using grains for sense gratification. Consequently, I have hidden all these seeds which are meant for the performance of sacrifice. That which happened during the time of Prithu Maharaj and his father, King Vena, is also happening at this present moment. A huge arrangement exists for the production of large-scale industrial and agricultural products, but all these products are meant for sense gratification. Therefore, despite such productive capacities, there is scarcity because the world's population is full of thieves. The word chori bhute indicates that the population has turned to thievery. According to Vedic understanding, men are transformed into thieves when they plan economic development for sense gratification. It's also explained in Bhagavad Gita that if one eats food grains without offering them to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Yajna, he is a thief and liable to be punished. According to spiritual communism, all properties on the surface of the globe belong to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The population has a right to use goods only after offering them to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is a process of accepting prasad. Unless one eats prasad, he is certainly a thief. It is a duty of governors and kings to punish such thieves and maintain the world nicely. If this is not done, grains will no longer be produced and people will simply starve. Indeed, not only will people be obliged to eat less, but they will kill one another and eat each other's flesh. They are already killing animals for flesh, so when there will be no longer grains, vegetables, and fruits, they will kill their own sons and fathers and eat their flesh for sustenance. Oh, actually, that is going to happen towards the end of Kali Yuga. There will be no more grains, no fruits, vegetables, and people will just kill each other, eat each other up. So, Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita clearly says if we don't offer food grains to the Lord as a sacrifice, we are considered a thief. Sten eva hi sa. Thief. Thief means one who steals somebody else's property for one's own enjoyment. So we are stealing God's property. At every moment we are stealing God's property. In fact, if not just the food grains, if we live our life in such a way that we are not offering every breath or even every day in service of Krishna, we are breathing His air, we are using His sunlight, we are using His water and the grains for our sustenance. But in return, if we don't give it back to Him, then we are thieves. And that is why the Yamraj, when we go to Yamraj looks at all the balance sheet of how many things we have stolen, then we get punished. It's simple as that. But people, for them, stealing is if you steal from somebody else. From God you can steal, that's not a problem. But no. God is Supreme Person. If you steal from Him, that's even a bigger problem. There is a bigger problem. So this is what Mother Earth is saying. I'm not only the non-devotees are using my grains and herbs, but I'm not being properly maintained. And being neglected by kings who are not punishing these rascals who have turned into thieves by using grains for sense gratification. So not only the population bad, the king is also bad. King Vena, who was really, really bad. So consequently, she said, I've hidden all the seeds. What to do? I'm not gonna just maintain these kind of people on me. But at the same time, if somebody is a devotee, then Krishna himself comes and maintains him. Like Maharaj Prithu said to Earth, if you don't produce, I'm going to cut you to pieces and I'm going to maintain the population on my own. And Maharaj Prithu is quite capable. He is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is Shaktavesh Avatar of the Lord. What to speak of Maharaj Prithu if Lord Krishna wants to maintain somebody, what's so difficult for him? He can easily maintain. So it's always a win-win situation if you become his devotees. That's all. But it just starts with faith and some bhajan kriya and anarth nivritti and sadhu sangha. If you do that nicely, then definitely Krishna will be pleased. In fact, some places it is said that this Kali Yuga is very bad, obviously, we have seen that, and it's going to go worse and worse. So how come Earth is still producing? Earth is still producing. There are still some devotees there on the Earth. And because of them, Earth is still producing grains. Otherwise, she would have stopped long time back. But because of the presence of devotees, she is still producing. Nunam tavi rudakshina mai kalena bhuyasa tatra yogena drishtena bhavanad arhati. Due to being stocked for a very long time, all the grain seeds within me have certainly deteriorated. Therefore, you should immediately arrange to take these seeds out by the standard process, which is recommended by the Acharyas or Shastras. When there is scarcity of grain, the government should follow the methods prescribed in the Shastras and approved by the Acharyas. Thus, there will be sufficient production of grains, and food scarcity and famine can be checked. Bhagavad Gita recommends that we perform yajna, sacrifices, By the performance of yajna, sufficient clouds gather in the sky, and when there are sufficient clouds, there is also sufficient rainfall. In this way, agricultural matters are taken care of. When there is sufficient grain production, the general populace eats the grains, and animals like cows, goats, and other domestic animals eat the grasses and grains also. According to this arrangement, human beings should perform the sacrifices recommended in the Shastras. And if they do so, there will be no longer be food scarcity. In Kali Yuga, the only sacrifice recommended is Sankirtan Yajna. See, in that famous verse of Bhagavad Gita, Annad bhavanti bhutani parjanyadana sambhava, Yagyad bhavati parjanyo, Yajna karma samadbhava. The Yajna is done by if we perform our prescribed duties of Varna and Ashram properly. So if we just do that, still that is considered yajna. But at the same time, if we do the sacrifice that is recommended in the scriptures for Kali Yuga, Sankirtan Yajna, then definitely there will be rain and there will be enough production of grains, and people and animals, they can easily live off of that. Prabhupada so many times says, all we need is 1 acre of land and a cow. And that's it. A family can easily maintain himself. Doesn't need to go to any work in any factory, doesn't need any big industrial complexes, a big the infrastructure. Don't at all need that. But it has become so complicated. Just like I think I've given this example once. Now, with the current system of even agriculture, if you look at it, has become so complicated. Suppose a farmer has his land, and now there's no more bulls are used for cultivation, then we need the tractor. Okay, so for the tractor, now what do we need? We need manufacturing plant for the tractor. There are so many manufacturing plants for different parts of the tractor. And then we need mechanical engineers to design that tractor and to improve on the design of the tractor. For mechanical engineers to work, we need to have computers for them to work. So we need computer engineers, electronic engineers, and the computer production companies has to be there. And then the computers and all the industries, they have to have air conditions. So now we need more engineering, different kind of engineering, and more industries. And then, of course, to keep it all happening, we need accountants and we need lawyers, because somebody will be fighting with one another. And then we need civil engineers to build the road, because the tractor has to go from the industry or the plant to the customer. And then for all this, we need banking system, because the farmer cannot just pay cash for the tractor. He needs to have loan. So the banking industry, and so many people have to be implied in that. And then for the tractor to run, we need petrol, because so India doesn't have its own petrol, so India needs to buy petrol from Middle East. So we need another link there, and another industry, and another storage houses for the petrol in India. So need petroleum engineers and so many other engineers, and they all will get sick, so we need medical professionals. And then, of course, India buying petrol, then we need politicians who are going to do that, whatever, negotiations, transactions, and to safeguard India's or this whole setup. We need army, we need air force, we need navy. All this for what? So that the farmer can grow some crops. And for growing the crops, then he needs seed, he needs fertilizers, he needs urea, he needs this and that. So another whole set of people are there so that he can grow some crops and he can feed his family and the rest of the people. So to get one chapati from his field to the dining table, so many people are there to take some portion of the chapati. And of course, to cook that chapati, you need gas because no more cooking on wood or cow dung, so you need gas. So a whole set of other industries are there, and so many people are involved. It has become so complex, so complicated. It would have been easier if he had just some land and a bull, grow his own crops, grind the wheat, make chapati, eat and be happy. And similarly, some small piece of land for growing vegetables, some fruits, and he has a cow to give him milk. That's it. What else we need? And Prabhupada mentioned so many times that we'll have enough time to do bhajan, which is the most important, because not every day you're going to cultivate the land. Once you do the cultivation, put the seed in, let the plants grow, so you get to maintain a little bit, but you need to spend a whole lot of time. Not that somebody has to work 9 to 5 job every day to cultivate some crops. But we have made it so complicated. So in this verse, there are two significant words, Yogena by the approved method and Drishtena as exemplified by the former acharyas. One is mistaken if he thinks that by applying modern machines such as tractors, grains can be produced. If one goes to a desert and uses a tractor, there will still no possibility of producing the grains. We may adopt various means, but it is essential to know that the planet Earth will stop producing grains if sacrifices are not performed. The Earth has already explained that because non-devotees are enjoying the production of food, she has reserved food seeds for the performance of sacrifice. Now, of course, atheists will not believe in this spiritual method of producing grains. But whether they believe or not, the fact remains that we are not independent to produce grains by mechanical means. As far as the approved method is concerned, it is enjoined in the Shastra that intelligent men in this age will take to the Sankirtan movement, and by so doing they shall worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Chaitanya, whose bodily complexion is golden and who is always accompanied by his confidential devotees, to preach this Krishna consciousness movement all over the world. In its present condition, the world can only be saved by introducing the Sankirtan, this Krishna consciousness movement. As we have learned from the previous verse, one who is not in Krishna consciousness is considered a thief. Even though he may be materially very advanced, a thief cannot be placed in a comfortable position. A thief is a thief and he is punishable. Because people are without Krishna consciousness, they have become thieves. And consequently, they are being punished by the laws of material nature. No one can check this, not even by introducing so many relief funds and humanitarian institutions. Unless the people of the world take to Krishna consciousness, there will be scarcity of food and much suffering. So just stealing from Krishna was not enough. Now people are stealing the lives, the bodies of poor animals and birds. That is even worst form of stealing. So for a thief, there is always punishment planned. And for people of this category, killing other animals and birds to eat them And now we know what happened in China and how this whole coronavirus got spread. Many times people say, "Oh, we didn't do anything. We didn't eat bats and snakes and whatever Chinese are eating. So how come we are suffering?" Well, we all are thieves. We are not doing yajna. We are not utilizing everything in the service of Krishna. So we will get punished. That's for sure. And this is what is happening right now. So punishment is meted out by Yamraj. So all we have to do, like Prabhupada says, unless the people of the world take to Krishna consciousness, there will be a scarcity of food and much suffering. Much, much, much more suffering is waiting for us. It's only Krishna's mercy that he is still giving us a chance to rectify our mistakes and to surrender to him. And if we don't, we can just rest assured there'll be lots of suffering, lots and lots. Just like Prabhupada explained that the main reason for war is this uncontrolled, unlimited animal slaughter. That's the main reason for war. It's not economy, it's not for oil, it's not for land, it's not for anything else. The reason is that. Of course, the politicians may make up some other reason. But also I also read somewhere that if at the rate at which animals are being slaughtered every day, every single day, so many animals get slaughtered. If at the same rate human beings get slaughtered, it will take only 17 or 18 days to wipe out the whole human population. Only 17, 18 days. Not even 1 month it will take. Just imagine at what rate animals are being slaughtered all over the world. Not just America or China or Europe or Australia or Russia. It's all over the world. India also is not behind. India is the biggest exporter of leather. So many cows and the calves get killed every day, even in India. And if the government doesn't stop them, just like Mother Earth said, the king did not stop the thieves. If the government doesn't stop them, then everybody has to suffer. The king has to suffer, the leaders have to suffer, and people will suffer. Everybody will suffer. So it's a very, very sad situation. So Mother Earth, and of course Maharaj Prithu is expansion of Krishna. So he's going to stop all this nonsense, whatever is going on, and he's going to rule properly according to the injunctions given in the scriptures. So then the earth will produce so much of stuff. She will explain. I accidentally read that verse, so that we'll take it up tomorrow. She will explain how you can get everything from me. She has everything. All we have to do is learn how to get it out. We have to become the proper recipient, and then she's ready to give. Like Mother Earth, Mother gives. Mother is always has loving tendency towards her kids. So like Mother Earth is ready to give, and Mother Earth ready to give right now also. All we have to become is properly situated. That's all. Become Krishna conscious, do the yajna. That's it. She's satisfied. She can give plenty. more than what we need, she can give. And if you don't, if you think by mechanical means I can grow anything and everything I want, that's not going to happen. So anyway, we'll stop here. See anybody has any questions, comments?
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. It's a very wonderful realization.
Thank you, Mata.
I was a very, earlier, I was a non-vegetarian, then I used to wear leathers like anything because I was not aware of anything at all. And then when I started watching the videos, then I have realized that how I was contributing all this. I mean, I was doing so much of ignorant activities. So yeah, I mean, now it is such a great realization that you don't feel like after knowing everything, then adding more, I mean, sinful activities and all. So again, it's a good reminder. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We all, most of us were non-vegetarians. Only by mercy of Prabhupada, we are learning something. Chalo, I guess we can stop here. So you all have a safe and wonderful day. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Jai Shri
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.